So what we see here is that when I was born in 1960, September 3rd, by the way, that's how many Asians were in the U.S. And look at the number. Estimated to be 9% of the population by 2040. So I'm surely won't be teaching by then, but most of you will still be alive. That's a lot of people. And so we've seen this shift. Asians have definitively overtaken Hispanics as the largest non-white minority group in the United States, right? Just minority in terms of numbers, not in terms of power. And by the way, 5.2% of the undergrad population at the U.S. is Asian. So it's growing. So when I was young, it's just like it was really uncommon to encounter people in the U.S. who were Asian. But now that's much less the case, and certainly here in Penn State. 74% of Asians living in the United States are foreign-born. So those of you who are Asian, especially Southeast Asian, when somebody says, wow, you speak English really well, understand, and you say like, oh my God, but I was born here, of course I speak English, and you feel some kind of way about it, and you feel annoyed because people say that all the time. Look, the reason is because for most of us, most Asian, people of Asian ancestry who we encounter are foreign. And right now, 3 out of 4 foreign-born. So there's like a reason for that people are like, oh my gosh, okay? So here, students studying abroad. This is from China. So imagining just this classroom, right? 2010, this is how many Chinese students were studying abroad. Look at where we're at in 2016, and it's gone up again in 2017, 2018. So we're seeing just this massive shift in the way studies are happening. So what I'm really trying to do right now is just get you to orient ourselves toward Asia. Hey, I need a couple of the guys. Who's one of the guys who came up the other day who got chosen? Who's the guy that 2 people picked him as the handsome Asian guy? Where's the handsome Asian guy? Dude, let me tell you what this number is for you, bro, okay? And one of the reasons I did that exercise the other day is because I first thought of it upon seeing this number. All right, listen, bro. So remember this guy, the handsome dude? In spite of how handsome he is, for him to compete with an average white guy of equal handsomeness, maybe like, I don't know, dude. This dude right here, he's kind of handsome, right? Look at this dude. So for Andy, what's your name, bro? Chris. For Andy to compete with Chris on the dating market, okay? Andy has to make, on all the dating apps in the dating market, okay? Andy has to make $247,000 more per year than this dude right here. Right? $247,000 more per year to be equal to him on the dating market. So that somebody like you, or I don't know, you, right? For you to find him, Andy, equally as attractive as Chris, or for you to find Andy, or you, right? Or you, we're going with women here right now, or you, right, okay? Do you find these guys like, are they like basically equally attractive, would you say? More or less?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to say that. But we've already established that Andy's attractive. The rest of the class did.
I think he's attractive, too. I also think he's attractive.
Okay, both, right? Okay,
yeah.
So you think they're both attractive?
Yeah.
Are you straight?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, for you might say that, and she might say it, right? And you might say it, and all the women in here might say it who are straight, right? Lesbians, well, you could be free to like them too, right? So look, but the thing is, what we know is if we put all of you together and you're going to decide whether you're going to go on a date with this guy or this guy, what we see is this guy has to make nearly $250,000 more than that guy to be equal in your eyes. On average. Not for one of you. Maybe for you that's not the case, or for you it's not the case. But on average, of all the people in this class, Andy, because Asian men aren't seen as sexualized, right? They're just not seen in that way. They tend to be seen in a very different way. In order for Andy to compete, look at these guys, right? Come here. Can you stand next to each other? Look. just these two guys, right? In order for them to be equal to you, right? Forget about, let's say that he's a little shorter, so they're the same height. Andy's got to make $250,000 more, y'all. Okay, so look, dudes, $250,000, y'all, right? You can sit back and say, oh no, they're both attractive. This is cool. This is fine. No, I like them. Yeah, Andy, Chris, it's all good, right? Because, that's what we think. But I'm telling you, it may be true for one of you, but across the board, that's the case. And that's the place of Asians in the United States. That's worth thinking about. And that's effing profound. And if you're not seeing it as profound, it's because you're not thinking about it. Look, $250,000, that dude. So no matter what he does in the dating market, on average, it's $250,000 more. Dude, what do you think of that?
It seems pretty shallow to put, I don't really care how much more he makes. I feel like to value someone based off of that.
Yeah, that's not what it is, though.
Level.
No, but it's not about even conscious. It's subconscious, right? Like you may not do that in your mind up here, but somewhere in your subconsciousness, you're going to look at him and you're still going to be like, nah, but for some reason, I just like Chris more. I just think he's cuter. I just think he's this. I just think he's that. Not ever seen that, nah, but if the Andy dude made $250,000, you wouldn't even know it, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I'll talk to him, right? Like if he's one of the Asian dudes driving around in a Ferrari or something. So it's not about just being shallow, right? It's about really understanding ourselves.